Okay, so again, let's do that actually. Okay, so for this one, let's put the data in, right? So we have favorite sport, or just sport, I guess. And then we have frequency. So we have football. So I'm just going through how to make those charts. Again, it's very easy to do. Soccer, baseball. So I'm just typing in the data, you know. Cheerleading, basketball, swimming. So I'm typing in the frequencies, 4, 4, 2, 4, 1. Okay. Okay, so again, to make a chart, right? To make a bar graph, we go to Insert, Chart. Okay. Oh, we have to highlight the data. I'm sorry. There we go. You know, again, you go to Setup. You have Column Chart. You want to highlight the data. I forgot to do that first, so this goes away. Uh-oh, what do I do? Okay, there we go. You know, you want to make sure you highlight the data, because otherwise Google Sheets is not going to know what data you're going to use. So this is our bar graph, which is the same one from the, yes, on the slides. Again, to sort it, what do? Click here, highlight, make sure the cursor is here, okay? Go to Data, Sort Range, column B, Z through A. That's the Pareto chart. You know, again, that's just like in the slides. Now to make a pie chart, again, what can we do? Well, let's see. We could, if we go to Edit Chart, I don't think I showed you this before. Instead of deleting this chart, you could go to Edit Chart here, and it'll bring up the chart editor. Then you can go to Chart Type and go to Pie Chart here. If you scroll down, you see a lot more charts. Pie Chart's actually over here, see? But again, we can make it look nicer. Go to Customize, go to Pie, not Pie Slice, excuse me, Pie Chart. Slice label, percentage. You know, you could do value and percentage if you want. Then you go to legend, right? And again, we can get rid of those lines by saying, if we could say none, although then we don't know what label is, what slice corresponds to what label. So we can do, right? And here we go. Okay. So we have our pie graph, pie chart, excuse me. Okay. All right. Okay, let me stop the recording now. Here we go. All right, let's do this together. So I'm gonna go and, excuse me, let's go to Google Sheets. So I gotta stop sharing this. So I actually typed the data in already, as you can see. So just like before, I'm gonna highlight, okay, like so. So for the bar graph, okay, we don't sort it yet. You go to Insert. Can I see it? Wait, can you? Okay, good. Wait, can I hear me? Okay, you go to Insert, Chart, right? Not that one yet. That's the pie chart. That'll come later. Although I guess I can present it now. So this is our pie chart, as you can see. And just like before, for Customize, you can go to Pie Chart, Slice Label. You can do percentage or value and percentage. Okay. And you can see that the slices, right, they correspond to the relative frequency. The ones that have 20% are close to being the same size. Okay. And again, let me see, close that. For chart X, no, excuse me, no, that's right, no, legend, that's what it is, sorry. For position, right, you could do on the right or left, you know, that stuff, okay? So that's what we get. Now that's for pie chart, okay? Although, I mean, the title you can actually change if you click here. See, you can type, so, but that's okay for now. That's a pie chart, okay? So now let's draw a bar graph. I mean, you could insert another graph if you wanted to, or you could just do this. Go to this 3 little dots, you can click Edit Chart. Scroll up and go to Bar Graph, which is this. See? And that's our bar graph. Okay. You know, it does it automatically, which is nice. To make this into a Pareto chart, okay, what you can do is this. Again, you can click, highlight, make sure the cursor is here in the B column. You don't highlight the top row here, which has the headings. Go to Data, sort column B, Z through A, and you can see now we have a Pareto chart. Okay. Now, hopefully that was helpful. Okay. Good. Okay. All right, so now let's keep going. So it's good to be able to make these charts. Let's actually practice reading from them. So I'm going to go back to the notes. Here we go. Just wait a second. Here it comes. Okay, good. Okay. So, I went through those. So we must be able to read from graphs as well as make them. Okay. So let's suppose this was a bar graph. Okay. It shows us, as you can see, the percentage of students. Notice here we have relative frequency, right? That's what these numbers are. Usually it's frequency, but here it's relative frequency. You can make a bar graph with that. And this, of course, is the grade received. And as I say in the directions, this is the bar graph. It shows the percentage of students, each who received the letter grade on their last English paper. And let's say we know there are 40 students. Notice from the table, notice from the chart, you don't know there are 40 students. So for instance, from the students who got an A on their last English paper, it was about 25% of the class. That's relative frequency. For B, it was about 35%, right? But we don't know how many students there are. But I'm telling you, there are 40 students. So how many students got an A on their paper, on their last English paper? Well, we can calculate that, right? We know that 25% of the class, right? That's what the graph tells us. There are 40 students. So really the question is asking, what is 25% of 40? Well, so what is 25% of 40? Well, again, we've done this before in chapter 4. We have 0.25 times 40, right? Which is equal to 10. So 10 students got an A on their last English paper. Okay, so that's one example. We just used some stuff in chapter 4 as well. Here's another example. Let's suppose someone named Mary has categorized her spending for the month, this month, into these 4 categories: rent, food, fun, and other. And the pie chart gives us the percentages, right? Well, let's suppose that we knew she spent a total of $2,800. Okay, so that's how much she spent in total for the month, $2,800. But how much did she spend on rent? How much did she spend on rent? Well, how could we get that? Well, from the pie chart, we can see that rent is yellow, the yellow slice. Well, I don't know if that's really yellow. I guess like a very dark yellow. But anyway, rent corresponds to this slice, as you can see, which is 26%. So basically what this is telling us, is that 26% of her month spendings was on rent. And she spent $2,800, right? So 26% of that is $2,800. So really what we're asking is, what is 26% of 2,800? Just like before, you take the percent, you convert it to a decimal, and multiply. We've seen that before. And when you do that, you get about $728. So that's her rent. Okay, low in time. Okay, let me just do one more with the same example. But let's suppose now the rent was $2,800. Okay, so notice it's a little bit different. Before I said that she spent a total of $2,800. Here I'm telling you the rent was $2,800. How much did she spend for the month? How much did she spend in total for everything for the month? So here we're saying that the 28%, excuse me, 20, did I get it wrong? Oh yeah, I did. It should have been 26. Sorry, I think it should have been 26%. So I made a calculation error. All right. Well, basically here, I guess I'll have to come back to that. All right. Well, here, basically what I would do, instead of 28, I should have had 26 here. Okay. Let me just see if I can quickly calculate it. My mistake about that. Instead of, should have been a 26, although I don't think it's going to be too hard to calculate. Right, but that basically, this is what you would have to calculate. Because here, what I'm telling you is that 26% of her monthly spending is the $2,800. So remember how we had percent is equal to part over whole or is over of? That's what I'm using here. 26%, which I converted to which I wrote as a fraction like this, or you could leave it as 0.26. That's equal to 2,800, which is our part, and we want to know what whole is. You know, whole is the entire spending. So then you could just cross multiply and you're solving for X, which is the unknown. Not sure off the top of my head what this product is. Let's see if I can do it quickly on my phone. No. Turns out to be about 10,000. So I'll post it next time because we're out of time, but it's not that hard to calculate, but this is what you would have to do. So again, what threw me off is I don't know why I did this. I had 26 here instead of 28 here I had before, but I had 28 before, but it should have been 26. So again, I am sorry about that mistake, but we are out of time. So let's stop now.